We're talking track on this week's edition of Coach's Corner. We now turn our attention to the boys track program where Alan Hibler is filling in as the head track coach while Coach Gray recovers from his accident. How's that going, too? It's been about 3 weeks since we talked, and I know Pat's doing better, but how are things with the track program going with his absence?
Doing real good. The kids have really stepped up and kind of taken charge and things, and you know, I've just been able to give them direction. You know, that we've got a great group of kids. They know what has to be done, and they're getting the work done in his absence and things. So, really happy with the way that the kids are taking care of things and being responsible.
You know, that's one aspect about track. It's a lot like tennis or wrestling or those sports where, you know, in basketball you form 5 guys and you work as a team. In track, you have to if you're on a relay team, but there's a lot of individualism, and you know, whether or not they've got Pat Gray or Alan Hibler, a lot of those kids, if they're going to be successful, they have to work hard on their own anyway.
It is. It's a lot of hard work by themselves. I mean, you know, they get to practice in groups and things, but, you know, when they're out there competing, it's more of a one-on-one type sport, and, you know, it's you against the other guys in the race with you and things. So, you know, each of our kids run different types of workouts depending on whether they're an 800-meter kid and up or a 400-meter and down. And then, of course, we have a number of kids that have specialty events such as the hurdles, the pole vault, the high jump, discus shot, things like that. So a lot of the work is actually done on their own. You know, they're given the workout and the workout's supervised, but you know, it's just kind of getting out there, working by yourself, and making sure you get yourself in shape and things. And you know, our kids have done a great job of that. I mean, they've really performed well. Extremely pleased with the way they performed at the regional meet here Saturday. Couldn't be more excited about what happened.
A lot of people will ask, if you have a star athlete, why don't you have them in every different position in track to score points for the team? And that's an easy question to answer because they can only participate in a couple of events, right?
Well, the kids are allowed 4 events, and it could be a combination of field events such as the hurdles or the long jump, or it can be a combination of 4 running events, or a split between both events and things. And most of our kids that we do have compete and run anywhere from 2 to 3 events. You know, we have a lot of depth, so you know, fortunately for us, we're able to get a lot of kids on the track to compete in things, and you know, most of them are not overworked, and that was a huge deal Saturday with the temperature the way it was. You know, we had some kids gassed at the end of the meet and things, and you know, the kids that had to run the distance events, especially that ran 2 or 3 distance events like the 800, the mile, the 3,200 meter relay, and we had some of the 3,200 meter run. I mean, they were really gassed with the heat because that just takes so much out of the distance runners.
Boys qualified, I believe, 16 for the state track meet in Ardmore this weekend. And Coach, if you could, go through it for us.
Well, we've actually qualified 10. And we've qualified Ross Catlin, who's a junior in the program, for the 400-meter run, and he's a member of our 1,600-meter relay team that will also be competing. Matt Vaughn, he's a freshman in our program. He's a member of that 1,600-meter relay team. We have a young man, Derek Ewing. He's a junior in our program, has qualified in the 1,600-meter relay. And then Blake Wazorik, who's done an outstanding job this year, who's a junior. He's going to run in the open 800 meters, and he's a member of our 1,600-meter relay team and our 3,200-meter relay team. Kid Heron, junior in our program, is going to be pole vaulting at the state meet. He's got one of the top vaults in the state this year. Nick Powers, who's a senior in our program, is qualified in the discus. He actually won the discus at the regional champion in the discus. Justin McNew, who's a senior in our program, is a part of the 3,200-meter relay, as well as Scott Fairbanks, who's another senior in our program and part of the 3,200 relay. Max Burley is a sophomore in our program. He's a distance runner for us. He's a member of the 3,200-meter relay. And then Adam Jones is also qualified in the pole vault, and he is a junior in our program. So we've got 10 kids going to the state track meet to participate and compete down there. Just an outstanding year. We had some outstanding performances on Saturday.
The last time we talked, you know, you and I kind of talked off camera about the fact you thought this could be pretty special, but you think the future of this program is really, really bright.
I really do. I mean, we have a number of young kids that are going to the state track meet to compete this year. that will be returning for us next year. And the seniors that we have that are graduating this year have kind of set the tone for the type of work that has to be done out on the track and in the different events. And you know, I think we'll have a great carryover, especially in our leadership next year, because we have so many underclassmen that are going to the state track meet and going to compete and see what it's all about. You know, feel really good. The 2-mile relay team ran their best time of the year. 3,200 meter relay team ran their best time of the year Saturday. The mile relay, which is the 4x400 meters, what the track experts call it. I call it the mile relay because I'm old enough. We used to run in yards when I was a kid growing up. But they also ran their best time of the season Saturday, and you know, it sets up really well going into the state track meet. That if we can match those performances or better those performances, which I think we will. You know, we've got a good chance to, you know, move up in the standings. There's only 16 teams that'll be there, and, you know, we're one of the top 16 teams in those 2 relays in the state of Oklahoma. So, you know, that's quite an accomplishment. And then, of course, our individuals that qualified, each school is allowed to enter three individuals in each event. So, you know, that's an outstanding accomplishment to be one of the top 16 in those.
How do you treat this week with 95, 100-degree weather, getting them prepared, but also making sure that their legs are under them for this weekend's runs and events? How do you treat this week?
Well, this is kind of going to be a little unusual year because we usually don't have this type of temperature when we get to the early part of May. I mean, it's kind of unbelievable that it's pushing 100 degrees right now. But we'll get them a quick, brisk workout today, a pretty tough workout today, and working pretty hard. And then we'll really back off of them on Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday before we get to go down to the state meet. We'll take some time to work on the specialty part of their events. For like the relay teams, we'll spend time working on our handoffs and getting the baton and getting out into the race. And of course, our pole vaulters and discus throwers that'll be going down, we'll make sure we've got time allotted for them to get over there and work on their specialty events. You know, I guess it's kind of unusual this year. The kids that we have in the pole vault and the discus throw, you know, they're not a member of either one of these relays or things, so they'll really be able to concentrate on their event, which is always good at this time of year because, you know, a lot of times those kids are spread awful thin because they're competing in their specialty in the field events, but they're also running relay races and sprint races and things for us, so they have to split their time between the two, so they'll really be able to focus. And you know, our kids are going to be able to focus on a specific event as we get ready to go down. You know, right now they're in great shape. Right now, most of it is a mental type of preparation. You know, we need to have as perfect a week as possible, not only on the track, but in school and at home and everywhere, so that we're mentally rested as we get ready to go down there Friday, Saturday, and compete.
What was Coach Gray's reaction when you talked to him about the qualifiers? Was he excited?
Very excited. I mean, you know, that was good for his spirits and things. You know, I talked to him this morning, and the surgery was successful on his leg, the last one they had, and, you know, we're tickled to death about that and things. You know, he's got a long road ahead of him with the recovery, approximately 3 months because of the skin grafts and things, and you know, he's looking at one more surgery on his jaw on the 18th of this month. But you know, as I told the kids when I took over the program, you know, the best thing that we could do for Coach Gray was to go out and compete and do the very best we could. And the more people we could get in the state track meet, the better it would be for him. And, you know, he's just tickled to death at the way these kids have performed and things. And, you know, and it's been great for him, but it's also been great for the kids. I mean, this has been a great learning experience for them that they're going to be able to take on later in life. That, you know, things don't always go smooth, but you got to overcome those obstacles and continue to get the job done. And these guys have done that. I've been so pleased with them. I mean, that my job as taking over as coach for Coach Gray has been made very easy by the young men that are involved in this program.
And this past weekend, again, Ponca City right there in the spotlight hosting the regional meet, and I understand they've already asked Ponca to host it next year. So I can't even imagine how many people are involved in making a track meet as successful as the ones here in Ponca City.
Well, I don't know. It's kind of fallen on my shoulders. I'm the guy that sets all the workers up and everything, and it is a ton of work, and it takes a ton of people. I mean, we had volunteers from our school system that aren't coaches. We had our coaches volunteer. We had students come out and work. We had people out of the community that came out and participated in it. And, you know, I can't give enough thanks to those people because it is a tremendous amount of work, and you know, there's a tremendous amount of pressure involved in it. You know, you wouldn't think that, but you know, we had 36 teams here, so we have 36 coaches. Each team has 4 or 5 coaches with it, and they're trying to get those kids to state, and you know, they're all in the middle of you because they want to make sure everything's being done right, and you know, their kids aren't put at a disadvantage in any way, shape, or form. And you know, our field event people that run the pole vault, the high jump, the shot put, the discus, and the long jump off just do a tremendous job of making sure everything goes smooth. As the meet referee this weekend, we didn't have one controversy in all the field events, and you know, that's something I always worry about because you know, we've got volunteers coming to run those things off for us and things, and those volunteers did a tremendous job. I mean, I can't say enough thanks to what they contributed to this weekend. You know, it would be impossible if we didn't have those people to pull this off. And you know, we had 36 teams here. You know, I don't know, probably 20 to 30 athletes per team. You know, that's an astronomical number of kids running around out there, and you know, getting them to the right place and getting them through their event and things. You know, it just takes a massive effort, and those people did a great job.
Well, good luck to you and the 10 participants. Have a nice weekend in Ardmore, and good luck to you and the track team.
All right.
Alan Hibler, our boys' track coach, filling in for Pat Gray on this week's edition of Coach's Corner.